needs to grow and move and change. But the idea that you can control art and make the perfect solution is the exact enemy of creativity, you know. And that's why for me the process of filmmaking as a constant evolving, never preconceived, controlled resolution is what I get high on.
Kid, I want you to meet Mr. Bernie Rowe.
My hands are a little dirty.
We as filmmakers are usually, you know, it usually starts with us being experienced something in a very early stage that defines the way we approach what we do. What made me want to make movies was when I saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that's when I saw film as an art form, that it wasn't about a story, it was more of an emotion that you evoked. It was an eye-opener of what cinema as an art form could do.
So you just moved to LA?
No, I've been here for a while.
What do you do?
I drive for movies.
Is that dangerous?
It's only part-time.
I always try to make films about women, and it always ends up being movies about violent men. Now, I don't know what that means on a psychological level, but I realized I approach everything as feminine as possible, which essentially is as emotional as possible, in a way. And when violence is emotional, it's so much more evolving. And I like contrast generally, because it's like the stronger the contrast, the more the confrontation will be dramatic. So, I mean, putting the Pet Shop Boys on a scene that is so obviously opposite the Pet Shop Boys is an interesting contrast. So that excites me, you know, to how far can I pull things in different directions and then let it go, and then it hits, and then you see what comes out of it. And a lot of times I don't know what will come out of it, but I'm curious to find out. When I approach something, I don't usually understand it in the beginning, but down the line I come up with some kind of structural story. And on each phase it always changes or evolves. Probably the movie that had the most significant transformation was Valhalla Rising. I had decided that I wanted to do a science fiction movie halfway through. So that of course was a huge evolution of how we were going to put that movie together. I don't try to preconceive it, I don't try to pre-think a result, because it's never going to be like that.
Does the mute have a name?
His name is One Eye. You need a name, and you've only got one eye.
You Christians?
Yes?
You're lying.
Director's main function is to inspire everybody else to give their best. And the best way to do that is to let them be part of the process. I've been very fortunate to work with great actors, Mads Mikkelsen and Tom Hardy and Ryan Gosling. I mean, they are the best leading men in the world. And I've always approached actors with the notion of, I'm not very interested in telling you what I like. I'm more interested in you showing me what you would like to do. And then we'll see if that's the right choice. And a lot of times it is the right choice, because the truth of acting is that if you're really engaged in the character, then what you portray is the right way. I've not dealt with a lot of studios in Hollywood. That was at least one of the interesting parts about doing Logan's Run, was to say, if you're going to do it, then do it all the way. I mean, then go for the big tentpole franchises and see what that's like. because that is something I can never be in a situation of creating that myself. With that, you need the amount of money that I can never get. But you must never look at that as a creative obstacle. Money is not a creative obstacle. Your mind is the creative obstacle. I need to put myself in a situation where you never get too comfortable, because another enemy of creativity is being safe. With Only God Forgives, I wanted to make a Western, but I wanted to do it in Bangkok, which is the most un-Western city you can get to in terms of making a traditional Western. So you always have to put yourself in a situation that's unsafe, because then there's more at risk. Because of the digital revolution, the mystery of creating cinema has gone out to the general everyone. There is no longer any excuse not to do, which I think is good, because it creates a constant flow of creativity. And that's where art flourishes and creativity flourishes, because competitive behavior is healthy for art.